Hello, hello, hello. Trying to see if we're getting any sound tonight. Here we go. All right. All right. Make sure we're not having a repeat of last night. That's all. What's up, guys? Chris Chess Sports Cards here. We are doing 2022 Tops Update, third hobby case break number 52. 9:28 on the clock. We're starting at 9:30, so just hang out for a minute and we'll get started. Thanks for joining us tonight. I believe I figured out what the issue is. So for some reason, I have to turn the equalizer on after I start streaming, which I didn't have to the past few months, but I don't know. Strange. Well, at least I know what it is. All right, let me put the football game on. Right. Thanks, Marlon. Thanks for joining us tonight, bud. What's up, guys? Chris the Chess Sports Cards here. We're doing 2022 Tops Update, third hobby case break number 52. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another lovely Sunday night of card opening with your favorite chef. Anyway, welcome, especially anybody who's new to the channel. A bit about us. We've been around for 5 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as we can. These will be out in a day or two, Monday or Tuesday, probably. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do free breaks. And when we do them, oh my God, my cough drop is like sticking to my teeth. It's so strange. When we do them, we use the subscriber list from YouTube for the random. So hit that subscribe button so you might be in a future free break. All right, let's go over the teams. D-backs, Rich L, Braves, Marlon J, Orioles, Ian D. Ian D? Ian or Ian? I think it's Ian, maybe. I don't know. Sorry, either way. Ian, Ian. Red Sox, Joe C. Cubs, Bart Z. White Sox, Todd H. Reds, Ricky H. Guardians, Kenny D. Rockies, Ricky H. Tigers and Royals, Adam G. Astros, Ryan B. Angels, Ricky H. Angels and Dodgers, Ricky H. Brewers, Jared S. Twins, Nathan G. Marlins, Mets, Ricky H. Yankees, Adam G. Ace, Phillies, Ricky H. Pirates, Kelly H. Cardinals, Alex M. Padres, Robert H. Giants, Ricky H. Mariners and Rays, Adam G. And then Rangers, Blue Jays, Nationals, Ricky H. Come. Got to get rid of that cough drop. It's screwing me up. All right, let's open some cards. Good luck, everybody. Second third of this case, we're going to finish it up on Tuesday night. Will be the last third of this hobby case. And we got Ginter coming up next. After this, we're starting a fresh case of Ginter tonight, which we'll have some more of that on Tuesday, too. And then next week, Bowman Chrome, Heritage Minor League. We got some Topps Minis coming in. More A&G. You got all kinds of stuff. So fun for everybody. Mookie Betts, die cut. All right, I gotta get myself situated here. I feel like I'm off. Okay. I'm telling you, I think I'm gonna invest in one of those desks that can stand up or sit down. Sometimes I want to stand. All right, Castellanos. Suzuki rookie. And for Kansas City, MJ Melendez, a rookie debut gold 2022. For Adam. Come on, focus. There we go. Chris Bryant, 87. Marte. J-Rod rookie. Hunter Green rookie. Devers black gold. Is it just me or does it feel like Kansas City is always playing in prime time? I mean, I know they're obviously a big team, but I swear it seems like they're constantly on prime time. Goslin, All-Star. Hope everyone's teams won out there today. I know my friend Chris's team took a bit of a drubbing today from the hated Cowboys. Luckily, the Eagles were able to sneak past Indianapolis, so I didn't have to be totally embarrassed. Come on, Chris. Minnesota was supposed to help us out today, man. And short print of Bob Gibson. Image variation for the Cardinals. Alex. There you go, buddy. Nice one. Oscar Mercado Rainbow. Dude, that was insane, Alex. That Patriots thing at the end. I didn't see the game. I heard that the defense was like ridiculous. I mean, obviously a 3-3 game is, either incredible defensive play or incredibly boring, one or the other. But I heard the Jets only had 2 yards of offense in the second half, but I did see, like, I had the Eagles game on, but I was also doing some card stuff from last night. So it's kind of 25% not paying attention. And after the Eagles had flipped over to the end of that game, and like that guy started running that kickback, I was like, whoa, wait a second, what's going on here? It's like, holy shnikey. Hey, man, just as they say in Fast and the Furious, doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, win's a win. Votto, Major League material. For Ricky. That's another division, man, that's just like crazy, right? Everybody's within like 2 games of each other, right? Everyone's like 2 games over 500. It's like the NFC East. The NFC East is ridiculous, the records on those teams. But I mean, it's really coming down to the wire, which is awesome, Then you got the NFC South or AFC South, whatever. No, NFC South, right? NFC South. I don't know where they are now. I haven't looked at their stats in a few. I know a couple weeks ago they were all under 500, which is just crazy. But Rivera, Yankees, 87. But Chris, what's up, buddy? What happened to your Vikings today, my man? You're supposed to help me out. I tell you what, the Eagles look good, but they're showing some wear these past few weeks, so we'll see. I mean, look, I'm a fan, so of course yes, they're gonna win, but Ohtani All-Star game, they got a few things they need to shore up or get their head back on straight. I don't know what their defense has not been great the past few weeks, and I don't know why all of a sudden because they were really good at the beginning of the year. I don't know. Their secondary looks a little suspect right now. But yes, I mean, I feel they can go very deep, and I want them to win. And if people stay healthy and, if the old saying, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle, Abrams, rookie. But I'll tell you what, Jalen Hurts is amazing. And he's become amazing this past offseason. I mean, he was good last year, but he's kind of leaps and bounds it. Even that loss to Washington last week, which was obviously a horrible loss. They were still in that game the whole time. They could have very easily kind of snuck out with that one if they. Luis Torrens to 50 for the Mariners. 20 of 50. If Quez didn't drop that ball in the fourth quarter, but as with most football it's always, if this happened, if that happened. So, but I thought today, even though they didn't play well, showed Hurts and how good he really is, that he could kind of put his head down, get that score done, get the game, and get out of there. Because again, like I said before, it doesn't matter if you win by 40 or win by 1. Win's a win. Yeah, what happened? I didn't even see the game. Were the Cowboys that good or were Minnesota that bad? I mean, in a way, either team that lost is a good thing for the Eagles, but, as the old saying goes around here, I root for the Eagles and whoever's playing the Cowboys every week. Freddie Freeman All-Star. Abrams 87. So, believe me, and this is a very big if the Eagles could win another Super Bowl this year and win 2 Super Bowls in 5 years after all of the years of suffering that we've gone through in this town, it would be pretty amazing. It really would. Send a couple out for great. Yeah, I tell you what, man, he's, the funny part of it is too, and this is what drives me a little crazy around here sometimes. The way that before the season started, if you listen to talk radio around here, they were ready to get rid of him, get rid of Hurts. Like, all right, we need to get a new quarterback. Well, I mean, we'll give him a chance and see what he does, but not a lot of people had a lot of confidence, even though if you went back to last season, he was like, I don't even know what, like 8-1 or something, like the last like 7 games you won or something crazy like that, other than the playoffs. But whenever you hear talk radio around here, people be like, well, yeah, we'll see what he does. And we got to be thinking about getting a number one quarterback and this and that. And then he came out and started playing like this. And now, of course, they're all like, oh, he's the best in the league. It's like, all right, dude. Little bandwagon jumping going on with Hurts, but that's okay. Musgrove All Star. And Brendan Donovan rookie. See, our problem in Philadelphia, for the most part, if you take the last CJ Abrams rookie, if you take the last 25 years, Pena rookie, we've won a lot more football games than we've lost in this town. But we have a very hard time with all of our sports teams of getting over the finish line. And look, the Phillies just kind of showed you. Now, granted, Phillies were a little bit different story. They weren't even supposed to be there. They got hot. They played well. They had the lineup if they play the way they did, obviously. But I wasn't surprised that they lost to Houston. I was hoping they won it, and who knows if they would have kept it going, maybe they wouldn't have. I don't know. There's a blue Arenado All Star for the Cardinals. Yeah, well, and unfortunately in football, and we've actually talked about this many times. I bring this up a lot, but not a lot of room for error in football. You know what I mean? Like, and you always kind of wonder because we get on occasion those stories. The Alex again with the Arenado. The Kurt Warners or the um, just the guys, the Nick Foles of the world, who maybe don't get the biggest shot or play a few bad games, and then they're just kind of sidelined, and that's it. You never hear from them again. But then once in a while, a guy gets a shot and then comes back and is amazing. And granted, there's a lot of money in football. I understand that's the reason why, but football's one of those sports that you just have to produce right away, or else you're done. Torkelson, Generation Now rookie, which, is true, but a shame at the same time, because maybe if you gave some of these guys a little more time, they would be better than you think. And like you said, they're ready to get rid of Mac Jones, and they like Mac Jones. I just think all that money that's been spent on Mac Jones football cards. I was just watching. I'm sure many of you guys watched the top 10 polls of the week that If Sports Cards does. Freddie Freeman Rainbow, and just the other day he was doing the top 10, and somebody pulled a Mac Jones from National Treasures, to 25 RPA, and it was like number 10. It was like $4,000. That's what he put it at. And I was thinking to myself, man, 3-4 months ago, that was like a $20,000 card. Schwarber 87. Like how quickly the mighty can fall sometimes, But I like Mac Jones. I hope he does well, I really do. I think that's why I like baseball cards. I mean, don't get me wrong. Guys have value, they don't have value, this and that. But, you can get on a hot streak for a few weeks and get your value up from a card aspect. And, if you keep playing okay, it'll hang there for a little bit. In football, man, you have 1 or 2 bad games, boom, that's it. That $20,000 card you had is down to $2,000 overnight, or down to nothing. God forbid the guy gets hurt or something like that, or forget about it. All right, Box Burger. Box 2. Good luck, everyone. Sunny Gray 87. And Castro Rainbow. Uh-oh. Prices are falling so quick on everything. People need to use their heads when sending in cards and something rare, you know? Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, look, prices are down across the board, but, you know, again, sports cards in general, Torkelson, you have to do one or two ways. It's either a quick hit or long haul, you know? It's kind of now obviously there are everyday factors, play, illness, injury, you know, whatever that can come into play. But you know, I always kind of look at it that way. That's why sometimes, like a lot of the big guys that you get, I don't hold on to them very long. I just, you know, I'll take the profit while I can and move on to the next because you never know what's going to happen. Cub Suzuki rookie, but you know, then there's other guys who get a few years under their belt and you hold on to them and you see what happens, you know. But yeah, I mean, look, in a way, sports cards are like the stock market. You know, over time, it'll all wash itself out. Things are going down now because inflation's up, money's not cheap these days. You know, so on and so forth. But they'll bounce. They always do. Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes it takes shorter. I mean, I don't know if football and basketball are going to bounce the way that way, but Arizona Desert Cool Off to 199 for the D-backs. I mean, I think football and basketball have been a little crazily overpriced the past few years. So I don't know that they'll ever bounce back to those levels. But besides the fact that I like baseball, I think from a value and collecting level, baseball's a little more stable over time. But again, this is my personal opinion. I'm sure somebody could completely prove me wrong mathematically or something, but sometimes when you get the big hit, you got to take the money and run. CJ Abrams. Now, the only nice thing from a football is that prices on boxes and stuff are coming down. I mean, look, 20 and 21 are always going to be ridiculously priced. You know, anything from, 19 through 21. And rightfully so, especially when you look at that. I mean, I think the 21 draft class still has much to prove, but the 20 draft class is, between Hurts and Tua and what's his name from Cincinnati and the top five guys. I mean, okay, one of them still hasn't played yet in Jordan Love, but the other four have been pretty amazing. So we're always going to pay premiums for those boxes no matter what. At least football's looking like it's priced a little more in the range for the everyday people. Still not quite down as low as it should be, but getting there at least. Rodriguez, Acuna 87. The funny thing is with cards, there's so many ways to look at this hobby. I mean, for some people, it's a money making venture. Some people, it's just fun. It's just collecting. Bautista rookie to 2022. And yes, obviously price becomes a consideration depending on how much money you have, obviously. But the nice thing about it is to some people, the value's not really that, isn't as big a deal to some as it is to others. And when you do have downslides like this, as far as values go, Perdomo, it tends to weed out some of the scammier people, some of the money hungry people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say it as people that are bad for the hobby, but when they see that, oh well, things are going down, I'm out of here. You know, it's almost like a, you know, weeds out the crowd a little bit, which is okay with me. Suzuki, Shohei All Star, Miranda, Generation Now rookie. Just collected for fun since I was a kid until the past few years started. So, yeah, I mean, I've always collected for fun too when I was a kid. I mean, I've always sold because I had to be honest with you, just so I could keep collecting. You know, like I said, it's an expensive hobby for anybody. Even if you're rich, it's an expensive hobby. You know, I mean, but yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. J Rod rookie. Um, and before I used to break, I used to sell singles. I've sold singles for, I don't know, 10 years or so now. I've been breaking for five. Um, but again, just like I said, more out of necessity that, all right, I need more money to buy more cars, you know, which is nice. Whereas, you know, even through breaks, I see it. And I've brought this up before where Bobby Witt, 87, you know, you get the guy where you're one box in and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I haven't hit. I haven't done that. And when I see that sometimes with people in breaks, I always think to myself, like, man, this guy can't afford to be in these breaks. You know, even though, I mean, we don't do expensive breaks around here. I try to keep them so they're not that crazy expensive. But still, like, you know, I mean, everybody wants to hit. Don't get me wrong. But if you're that desperate, then maybe you shouldn't be doing this in the first place. You know, Jazz All Star, Trevor Story Rainbow. But you see, you can tell even just being in the breaks and talking to people, some people are here to try and make money. Some people are here for fun. Some people are here just to chat and talk and do whatever, you know, and the cards are, oh yeah, Chris, anything good? Let me know. um, that's what makes the hobby fun, you know, that people are in it for different reasons. But a lot of the money people start to, when things start to go, you know, down, that's when the money people filter out pretty quick, which usually works okay for the rest of us who are in it for the hobby and the fun. CJ Abrams rookie. Chris, if they have anything good Black Friday, let me know. Can always send you some cash to pick up stuff. Black Friday's always interesting with all the distributors and stuff. They always come out with crazy stuff. And it's usually a pretty expensive day for me. I try to buy up stuff. Avisel Garcia to 2022. Although this year's weird with Bowman releasing on Wednesday, right before Black Friday. Like, I almost think, I feel like Topps should have gone out of their way to get Bowman out this week, like the week before Thanksgiving, not the day before. Like, because a lot of money, you know, Bowman's not cheap, of course, Bowman Chrome. And people need their money for the holidays and stuff. It might not work out for the best for them. Batani 87. I mean, look, Bowman's going to sell. You know, I'm not dumb, but, you know, a lot of people are going to have to think about it, especially when they're used to paying for Bowman in September, you know, as opposed to 2 days before Black Friday when they got to, you know, buy gifts and other stuff. But anyway, we'll have some. We'll have breaks all next week. Bowman Chrome, Heritage High Number, along with everything else we've been doing. So it's more Cosmic next weekend. People loving Cosmic. Pretty seems to be pretty short in supply too. Lodolo Generation Now rookie. And 40-3. Ooh boy. Cowboys put a whipping on Minnesota. Oh, top loaders? Yeah. I wouldn't want to tell you what I paid for top loaders. You would be mad. Bobby Witt rookie. Now that they've become, that's one of those items that during the pandemic was so ridiculously expensive. Top loaders, they were killing me. Like when we were in the height of the pandemic, top loaders were running like 300-400 a case, which is insane. I paid like $42 for a case of top loaders. You know, like now. But at one point they were up to like $400. Ramos 87. You know, quote unquote supply chain issues. Yeah, bullshit. This is people wanting to make money. Yeah, the Brewers are going to be expensive in Bowman Chrome. Well, you got Churios. His first autos in there, right? They got a couple guys. I was perusing the checklist the other day. Steven Duggar, Mother's Day pink to 50 for San Francisco. For Ricky. You know, it was weird because when I was looking at the checklist, then I was thinking, like, wait a second, didn't his, and it's just because they're 2-3 months late on the release. Like, isn't this guy's card out already? No, I guess it's not. The interesting part is when are they going to release draft? I mean, draft is usually out the first week of December. That's the usual date, and until a few weeks ago it was listed in December. Are they really going to release Bowman Chrome and Bowman Draft just a few weeks apart from each other? That I don't know. That would be the smartest idea, especially at the prices they're at these days. I mean, because Bowman's still ridiculously expensive. Kershaw All Star, Fisk die cut for Boston. $4.50 a pack. Man, he's making a killing. Jeez, $4.50 a pack. He probably pays about what I do. I pay about $1.05 a pack. Now, like I said, not a year or two ago. Robert, Major League Material, and they're actually cheaper now than they were before the pandemic. Before the pandemic, I used to pay like $65 a case, and now, like I said, but I also order in bulk. I usually order at least 10,000 at a time, so that's another reason why the price is low. In fact, I'm just looking at I have a bookcase that's like just full of top loaders that I use. I'm looking at mine. I'm probably down to the last 1,500. So order some more next week. Excuse me. Yeah, 250. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, right now I pay like 42 a case. So I get 1,000. I get 40 packages for $42. So it's like what, $1 and a penny or $1.05 or something like that. Box number 3. Adam, didn't you get the base rookie rainbow last night? I think you did, didn't you? You're working on the set. All you need is the All-Star Game rainbow, and you'll have them all. Awesome hit. Congrats, dude. Yeah, that's good, man. Nacho, what's going on, buddy? Nice, Julio. Nice. Here, we'll give you one of these. Ooh, nice. Nice. Griffey 87. Nacho, how you been, buddy? Everybody get ready for the holiday? Sit around, eat some turkey, watch some football, get drunk, fall asleep on the couch, that type of thing. That's what you should do. There, all the cards upside down. Come on. All right, Chris. Have a good one, bud. Ooh, Bobby Witt, black gold. Buying a lot of blasters. Nice. What are you picking up blasters of? Update and what else? Where are you finding them at? Suzuki rookie. Really? Oh my God, it's so weird. That's the second Bob Gibson short print this break. That's a really odd thing to get twice. Nice job on the collation there, Tops. Update, yeah, cool. Where do you find them at? Like, where do you get them? Like Walmart or Target? We don't. Well, to be honest, I don't go out and look either. But I know around where I live in Philadelphia, there's never anything to find. J Rod, you might get lucky every once in a blue moon, but like I said, I kind of stopped looking a few years ago. It just was too much of a headache. But pool host pitching. All right, well, hey, we're not through yet. You never know, my friend. Seager and Torkelson 87. Well, see, now you got one to keep and one to sell on the Bob Gibson. You get to cover both sides of your hobby. Who else won and lost today? I didn't even pay attention to the scores. Was there any other than the Minnesota game? Was there any upsets today? Hunter Green rookie. Pool host postseason. Pre-remote Walmart. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome when you find that. I used to have a couple places before the pandemic started where I've actually talked about this before. There's this like small Target that opened near where my main office is for work, and you know how like when you go into Target, they have that aisle where, well, they used to anyway. They used to have the aisle at the end of like the registers where all the cards were and stuff. Well, this was one of those smaller Targets. It wasn't like full size, so they just used to put them on an end cap in the back of the store, and I don't think anybody knew they were there. Suzuki 87, because anytime something came out, like Bowman mega boxes or whatever, it would just be full and be sitting back there. And they didn't get a lot of product. They'd only get like a case or two, but I'd walk in and buy all of it, and it wouldn't matter. Nobody would even ask because they didn't know it was there. And then pandemic started, people got crazy, and the story from there. George Kirby rookie debut, 2022. Oh yeah, the Saints did. I saw Washington won again against Houston. The NFC East, man, crazy. Everybody won, I think, today again in the NFC East, right? And the Giants won too, didn't they? Ramirez Rainbow. I mean, there's divisions that the Washington could be like winning division, and they're in last place. It's a strange year for football. Some of these teams. Melendez, Generation Now rookie. Yeah. Oh, the Giants lost, did they? Oh, wow. Look, you guys just made me happy. I got a little tingle. I thought they won. Who'd they play today? Who am I thinking? Maybe I'm just thinking of Dallas. Oh, the Giants lost. Great. Thank you. Thanks for that. Look at that. You guys can make the chef happy real easy. Well, Alex, I told this story before, but that's exactly what happened at this Target that I used to go to. So, like I said, before the pandemic, nobody ever went there. I mean, honestly, if they put a case of boxes out, there might be one missing and I'd buy all the rest. Well, then the pandemic happened, things got crazy, people found out about it, but they were still stocking them in there. But then they were putting some limits and this, and there just wasn't anything there to find after a while. So then one day I came in, there's absolutely nothing there, and there was a sign that said, "We're no longer carrying cards." And this was before the like national ban happened with Target, Vladdy and Palante Rookie Rainbow. This was maybe about a month or so before Target nationwide said, "That's it, we're done." Online only. And I went in and I said, "Well, what happened?" And four guys got in a fight in the store. One guy had to be hospitalized. Two of them were arrested. The woman told me they pulled like an entire section, like from the toy section, pulled down like all the fixtures and everything. Like they destroyed the place over a couple blaster boxes. How insane! And then you hear the stories. There was stuff up in Wisconsin, and there was something in North Carolina, and then that's when. Now I know they've kind of lifted the. I know a lot of places they've been selling again, and they lifted the limits, but they still haven't lifted the limits online, which is weird to me. Like they put out this press release, last month I think it was, where they said, "Okay, we're no longer for the Cardinals, Johnny Mize blue die cut." They said they weren't going to limit things anymore, but online you can still only buy like 3 blasters at a time. Yeah, I mean that stuff was happening. That stuff happened all over the place. I think some got more media attention than others. I know the one in Wisconsin, I think it was, or Minnesota, got with the gun. That got a lot of attention where they like held the guy up in the parking lot or whatever. But I think it happened 10 times more than we even heard about, just maybe on a smaller or more local scale, and that's why I was like, oh. And the crazy part is, like, when I used to do that years ago before the pandemic started, Goslin and Vladdy, I used to feel bad. So there was this Target in Springfield, which is actually the town I grew up in, but it's a couple towns over from where I live outside of Philadelphia. And they actually have 2 Targets in town, and they're literally like not even a half mile from each other. Both big full size Targets. So it's a very, very busy suburb outside of Philadelphia, the whole area. But their cards were all downstairs, and it was like a 2-floor Target, and their cards were downstairs by the register. And I used to go in there, and there would be literally like, this was like 2018 or whatever, 2019, Torkelson rookie. There'd be like 30, 40 boxes of Bowman Megas on there, and then another like 40 Bowman blasters. And I would walk in and I would never buy them all because I felt bad. Like I would take like half of each, like 20 of one, 20 of the other. And I would get home and my wife would go, "Why don't you just buy them all?" I'm like, I feel bad. Like somebody else should get a shot, And she's like, "What do you care?" Like, I don't know. And I would go over and then I think to myself, why am I doing this? Nobody else would do this. Altuve. And then when all the nonsense started during the pandemic, I would think like, like I couldn't, there is no way I could stand there in front of a line of people and take every box off the shelf. Like you see those videos on YouTube and stuff. Like I call me a pussy or call me whatever. That's just not right. Like there's just something not right there. Tatis 87, but even before people wanted it, I couldn't do it. Um, well, I only bring it up because that it was a big one there. Near me moved the cards to the back and had somebody rationing them only on certain. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, Rich, who's always on here, he's not here today for some reason. He hasn't been here this weekend, but he lives near me, and he's told me that the Walmart C.J. Abrams rookie and Nick Senzel to 2022 for the Reds, for Ricky, he said there's this town called King of Prussia that's not far from either one of us, and there's a big Walmart there. And apparently MJ restocks there on Fridays, and he said still there's a line there every Friday waiting. Like, and I mean, I don't go there very often, and I don't go there for cards. Usually, if I go there, it's to pick something else up. And Yeah, if I'm in a Walmart or Target, of course I'll look. You never know, you might get lucky. There's never anything in that place. And he's told me that they same thing as they've always done. They line up, they wait, and one or two people walk in there and buy everything. Just like Jesus. Walmart like 4 times this week. Yeah, well, that's true too. Yeah, if you're the one who's going back and keeping buying them, then you might as well just take them all in the first place. Jeremy Payne, your rookie. Crazy. Otani All Star. Ozzie Smith. Like my wife would say to me, she'd be like, "Well, are other people there to get him?" And I'm like, "Well, no, but somebody's going to come in. They're going to want him." She's like, "Well, what do you care?" I don't know. I just feel it's just like it's not like they know who you are. You're just buying them. Yeah, I know. But I'll get paid back tenfold somewhere along the line. For the Metropolitans, Patrick Mazeika auto, rookie auto for Ricky. That's the other thing, though, too. I'm still amazed that people line up like that for them because, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still product out there that sells and you can make money off of eBay and everything, but not like it was, you know? I mean, certain football stuff and whatever, I guess, but not like you might be making, $10 on a box, which isn't bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's certainly not worth going and getting in a rumble at a Walmart over. I mean, there's one thing that a lot of people tend to forget. You need to value your time sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a lesson I've had a hard time learning in my life myself. Like, and I own two businesses, this one and another one, and I've had to really teach myself that your time is actually valuable. So like you go and you wait a couple hours in line and you do this and you do that, and let's say you put 4 hours in and you're only making $5 or $10 a box. Is it really worth it? You could do something better with those 4 hours and make more than that. you know, Ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, if you're getting them for yourself, no big deal. But I'm just talking about the guys who are like reselling. Payne your rookie. The other thing is, I know a lot of people who are stuck with stuff from a couple of years ago that never sold, and they overpaid for it at the time, which was fine because they were reselling it. But I know a couple guys who were literally sitting there with hundreds of blasters of stuff from a few years ago that they can't get rid of because they can't recoup the costs. I mean, they'll sell, but only if they drop the price and they don't want to lose money. Vilar Green, number 2499, 429 of 499. For Bart. This one guy who I've bought boxes from many times. I haven't spoken to him in a few months, probably. Um, Lives a couple towns over from me. I don't even know how we got hooked up with each other, but like I know he's got a ton of stuff, and he's kind of like sent me texts where he's like, "Are you interested in any of this?" It's just sitting on his shelf, and it's like, well, yeah, but I can only pay this much for it, and he can't because he's losing money. He's better off sitting on it and selling it little by little. I mean, he'd much rather I came in and bought 50 boxes from him and just got it out of his hair, but not if he's going to lose, 25% across the board. And for the Cardinals, man, Cardinals all over the place tonight. Ryan Hazley, All Star Stitches. Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, we still overpay. See, that's one of, and I hate to get on my soapbox about this, but I have to for a minute. That's why I don't understand the people who talk about breaking being so horrible and ruining the hobby and this and that and whatever. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some scummy people out there. I understand that. I completely agree with that. But to me, from a cost situation, I've had this discussion with other people. Like, That these guys, oh, breaking's horrible. It's this, it's that, whatever. Well, if you PC a player or a team or whatever, I mean, breaking is the best thing to do because at least you can get what you want. Now of course everybody wants a hit, and you're not always going to get that. I understand that, but Dylan Tate Rainbow. But from a view like someone like John, who's a huge Brewers fan, does he go out and spend $100 on a box of update, or he can get into 4 or 6 or 10 or 12 boxes of update for less than that and get the cards and players he likes. And I try to explain that to people when guys get on their rants about how horrible we breakers are, and they just don't get it. Castillo All-Star game, like I don't know, it's weird. Julio a rookie? Yeah. And look, again, it goes into what kind of collector are you? I understand that. But if you don't have much interest in one or two teams, and you have to buy a box of cards to try and get cards from those one or two teams, then you're not interested in, 95% of the box for the most part. At least this way you're going to get who you want, and hopefully you get some hits with it while you're at it, and you don't break the bank. This is the theory behind why I keep the breaks here the way they are and try to keep them, very reasonably priced. Veteran combos. Man, the Cardinals are killing it. Look at that. That's a nice card, man. 2022. Longtime teammates cherish final season together. Full host Annie Yachty. It's a very cool card. I never noticed that one before. For my buddy Alex. Alex, you're getting like one of everything from them tonight. That is a cool card, man. I like that a lot. Um, and again, that's the thing. I mean, you know, if and let's just take Alex for an example because he's happened to be getting a lot of Cardinals cards tonight. Uh, what did you pay for the Cardinals tonight? It was $20 or whatever. You know, and granted, I realize you don't always get all these cards every time, but I mean, $20 to get a shot at cards from all these boxes as opposed to having to go out and buy one for $100. Like, I don't know. It makes sense to me. There's something I'm missing in there. I don't know. Arenado All Star and Chapman. And look, we all have good luck and bad luck. Believe me, I not so much anymore. Not since I started breaking 5 years ago. I don't buy into near as many breaks as I used to. But the 5 years before that, oh, I'd put myself up against anyone. I was absurd for a long time. I'd spend thousands of dollars a week in breaks. And you have good times and bad times. The good times are never good enough, and the bad times seem to take too long. But you ride the wave. See, I've always been a different kind of collector too. I mean, I'm a Phillies fan. I'm a hometown fan. Hunter Green generation now, so I'd always prefer to take any Philadelphia team. But I was always the guy who bought into random breaks. I never had a problem. I liked getting random teams, and yeah, okay, one day you get the Marlins, which would suck, and the next day you get the Angels, hopefully, or whoever was the big team at that time, C.J. Abrams. But that's why I always enjoyed it. But I mean, it was not only the collecting; it was the kind of community behind it, and hanging out, talking, chatting. Obviously, I can talk. Um, so that's look there again, and I will agree. There have been a lot of shady guys out there who have broken and stolen cards and this and that and whatever. And I can't do anything about that. I can only be the most honest guy you guys can know. But I think there's a lot of good to being able to buy cards this way. Hunter Green rookie. And for the Cubbies, Marcus Stroman short print. for Bart. Here you go, buddy. You're broken with some shady guys. Yeah, I back in the day I did, but I'll be honest. I would say in the last 8 years, I've 98% of the breaks I've done have been with the same two people. Wander, Black Gold, and well, like I mean, because I'm sure that most of you guys know him anyway. 90% of them have always been with the same person, and that's Cardsmith out of California. Uh, I would I would put myself up as possibly being one of the oldest members of that site. I've been with him since the days when he used to do single boxes and beg people to get into them back in like 2012. Uh, just because I'm comfortable, with him. But I have bought very rarely on eBay and stuff like that. And I am one of those guys. I read your feedback before I'd buy anything, even a single. Like I do a dive into people's feedback and stuff like that before I get involved because unfortunately I have seen a lot of shady junk over the years. And it's a shame that people have to be that way. But any business brings it. It just tends to be a little more polarized in this because people can find it and talk about it and so on and so forth pretty readily on YouTube. No, I didn't get to see it. I heard about it and I saw a commercial for it earlier today. And I've heard about this thing with the World Cup stickers before, how we can get them here, no problem. But anywhere else in the world, they're like, they don't care about the cards though. It's the stickers they care about. Chapman, I was actually reading an article about this a couple weeks ago where like Panini World Cup cards came out, which we broke some last week, and they're great. Prism, the whole 9 yards. This and that. There's some super huge value in there and everything. And even one of my distributors told me, they're like, yeah, man, outside this country, they don't really sell, but the sticker books sell like mad. And I was actually saying to my wife, I was like, man, I can get some of those from my distributor. Maybe I should get them, throw them up on eBay. Maybe I can sell them in England or something like that. But yeah, they're nuts for those sticker books, man, and the stickers that come with it. And for the Phillies, Francisco Morales, the 2022. Yeah, it sucks that I forgot to watch it. I knew it was on. I just forgot to watch it. I have to check it out online. Some of those things are worth incredible money too. Like, um, I read an article. When World Cup came out, or when it was offered to be bought a few months back. My distributor had sent me like a sell sheet, and then he sent me a connect to a website where this guy wrote this article, Suzuki 87, because I don't do a lot of soccer. I mean, here and there we do, but he's like, oh, you should read this and blah, blah, blah. And I was reading this article about like the amount, if you want to invest, if you have money to invest, buy a few boxes of World Cup and just sit them on your shelf because they sell for insane amounts of money a few years later. Like, you know, I don't remember what year, but like a 2012 World Cup box, they sell for like 7, 8 grand. And I mean, you can buy them for, I don't know what they're going for now. I mean, I think I paid like 350 a box for the few boxes I bought, but the value on those go crazy. So if you got some money you can sit on for a little while, it's a pretty good investment. Campanella die cut. One guy said he'd saved his stickers for his wife during a house fire. I would I hate to say it, I do have a box of cards that I've always called my For Keeps box. I've literally had one since I was a kid. And if the house is on fire, I would be going for that probably before anything else. I mean, there's literally hundreds of thousands of cards behind me in this room, so obviously I couldn't save them all. But the For Keeps box, I definitely think I would go for if the house were on fire. All right, silver packs. Let's see what we got. All right, Simeon, Vladdy. There's a Pena rookie and Jeets. Jeter. Numbered 148 of 150 on the Jeets. No, it's just a box of cards. It's, it's, value, obviously. It's got a good amount of value, and some of it's just, I have sentimental attachments to cards. I really do. It's really, really strange. Like, out of all the stuff that I always keep up in the quote unquote set back here, the two things that I always stare are the Trout Ball and the Abreu Auto. It's not like the Abreu Auto is some massive, valuable thing, but I have a lot of sentimental value in that card. I would never get rid of that card. Gray, Harper, Seager. Oh, come on. Julio Rodriguez, and that is numbered to 99, 84 of 99. I'll give you another one of those right there. Oh, mama. Very nice hit. Very, very nice. Congrats to Adam. The Mariners have been pretty good to you this weekend, Adam. Not too bad. All right, last pack. Wisdom, Griffey, Smith, and Sale. All righty, everyone. Well, thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without you guys. And as you know, I need to have someone to chat with. But anyway, we will be back. If you're not in Allen and Ginter, which is going to come up in about 5 minutes or so, we'll be back on Tuesday night this week. We're not going to do Thursday because of Thanksgiving. I don't really know why, but I just decided not to do it. So, but then we'll do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll have all the new products, new Bowman, all that fun stuff. So, if you can join us, we'd love to have you. And if I don't see you on Tuesday, please, 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 everyone, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Be safe, be healthy, have some good drinks, take a nice nap. All the good stuff you can do on Thanksgiving. All right, let's do a little hit recap. All right, guys, hit recap for 2022 Topps Update, third hobby case break number 52. From the silver packs, we had a Julio to 99 rookie, Jeremy Pena rookie, and Derek Jeter to 150. Other numbered parallels to 2022, Melendez, Garcia, Bautista, Kirby, Senzel, the One Last Dance, Morales. Those are all to 2022. To 50, Luis Torrens. To 199, Desert Cool Off for the D-backs. Steven Duggar to 50 also. Jonathan Villar to 499. There was a Wander Franco black gold, not numbered, but just threw it in there. Short print of Bob Gibson, and we actually had two of them. Two Bob Gibson short prints. Arenado Blue All-Star. We did have a Julio rookie debut rainbow also. Another delicious card. Johnny Mize Blue die cut and a Marcus Stroman short print. Ryan Hazley relic. Joey Votto, Robert, and Patrick Mazeika autograph for the Metropolitans. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for joining. If I don't see you between now and Thanksgiving, everyone have a wonderful holiday. Be safe and be healthy out there. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out the door and have a great night. Take care. Bye.